pick.
Yeah,
like,
you're gonna...
He said that, right?
Get Viper, dude.
He's like, they just give me these boring heroes. Like, he was complaining about it. Look at him. He knows what's coming. He's like, I'm going to have to be mid, like Benno or DK or something.
Viper it up. Let's go.
I think Viper would be a great pick.
Play some Vipes.
The vibes.
5 seconds remaining.
Vipe Nash. Did you see he dedicated that win to me?
He did.
Yeah, I saw that.
Good guy. That guy has been around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
He actually was on the team with Fada before on that Bears team.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Because I remember him on Sin's team, right?
Yeah. They were pretty good, but they would always lose in finals to actually, funny enough, Liquid.
Mm-hmm.
And then they ended up disbanding. It was like, I can't remember who their lineup was. It was like Firo and Adam. Adam, who's the coach of Fnatic right now. And I can't remember who their last was off the top of my head.
Me neither.
But it was a pretty good team. Just didn't get where they wanted to, I think.
I mean, he's a fantastic player. I love Yapsor. Watching him play. And he always seems to play like he's enjoying himself.
DreamLeague made him big as well.
And I like Chaps as well. I think if you're going to play a 4, you've got to be a happy, good-spirited person, you know?
Yeah. Always
on the up.
Oh.
An optimist. I like that.
We've seen him grow on DreamLeague from small to being where he is right now.
Good for him.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
I first met him at an MLG. He was with, I can't remember what the team name was. He was with Weehaw at the time.
Oh, yeah?
And some other guys. A guy named Exist, the German player. You guys probably don't know.
I remember when Germany had I remember they had a few at one point. Right?
They were not a good team, but they were always just like chill guys. I was like, I would be really interested to see where like everyone's careers individually like go after this.
There was a UK player at that point. I think he was based in Germany. He had a UK flag next to his name when you used to see him. I can't remember what his name was. But I think he was like basically German, but
I see.
British nationality.
At this point,
I'll have to look him up.
I think it's going to be Matu playing Lifestealer, right? So then Kuro's saving the last hero for himself with the last pick. We already have got a nice amount of catch. Catch. Yeah, catch on Team Secret with push.
I like the Lifestealer here. I think Beastmaster gets a blink roars, infest bomb. You've got Wisp as well. Empowering the Lifestealer and the Beastmaster. That's good.
Turn to ban.
I think Witch Doctor strong in lane. Against Tiny. So the easiest, but definitely potential.
10 seconds remaining.
Visage is the ban we saw Kuro yesterday on the core Visage. Worked out great for them.
5 seconds remaining.
And the last pick is going the way of Secret.
Alright, well they're thinking
Yeah.
we're saying Tiny mid. The I guess offlane Stalker or
But he also said let's see and wait what their mid laner is gonna be. So that's the upside.
I mean I really like Weaver. I do think the problem is, I mean actually you as long as you can live through the raw,
yeah,
it wouldn't be too bad. I mean a Lincoln's and basically all you're worried about is Cask. So it's a pretty good Weaver game from that in that regard. Pretty hard to catch. I obviously no stun. Cask is easily dodgeable.
What do you think?
No stun.
Will, what do you think about the Ursa?
About what?
The Ursa.
For who?
Secret.
For Secret?
Yeah.
It's actually not bad here. That's not... The problem is I can kind of hear the players.
Yeah.
And it's like throwing me off. So I'm trying not to like say... Because what if they decide to like do something in the future? I don't want to give away like the inside of what they're going to do.
No.
I'm going to try to block them out.
Okay.
And just independently think about it.
Okay.
It's very difficult to do that.
Yeah, it is. But I'm gonna do this, put my earmuffs on.
But how are you going to be able to hear me?
I can kind of do that already. It's directional, my earmuffs.
Okay.
He has directional ears, like a chameleon's eyes.
If I think that what Secret needs is...
they need a way to kill the IO?
They need something better against the Lifestealer. Because they have ways to kill the IO, like the Tiny can jump.
Okay.
They're going to see... You could take like... let's see, you could take like Pit Lord or something like TB.
Maybe Ember. That would be interesting. I haven't seen Ember being great lately.
10 seconds remaining.
I would imagine that the idea right now is that there's not a ton of catch on the side of Team
there
Liquid.
really isn't.
That's why I thought TB would be okay too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, they have 10 seconds to decide. It looks like they're sounds like they're not really out of it just yet. Oh, it's the Weaver in the end.
Is this going to be
Your hero.
Kuro
Okay.
mid on PL?
Yeah, I think so. So the idea, I think, behind the Weaver is that they realized that there wasn't a lot of catch like we talked about.
Yeah.
So they wanted something elusive. Weaver is one of the better heroes against Wisp, because you can get the
Shikuchi.
the bugs.
Yeah, the Geminate attack. Yeah. You get the bugs on him, and then the multi attacks, especially when you hit 25. And the mana burn is always nice as well. I just think also he's good. He can kite Matu here. And like I said, if he can just live through the Roar, then he's good.
All right, Will, you're up first.
I like aspects of Team Liquid's lineup, but I think that they're going to have to roll really hard. Like
Yeah.
their laning phase has to go pretty well. I feel like Secret are going to get really aggressive really fast, and I don't know if Liquid can deal with that. So I will go with Secret for game number 1.
I think they're going to start losing buildings real quick, and they're going to get ganked to hell by this Night Stalker Tiny. So yeah, Secret.
I'm going for Secret as well.
Oh, don't do us like that.
But it's mostly because I feel like full lineup of Secret should be able to beat a lineup with Liquid with a stand-in.
Yeah, I think so
And that's
too.
no discredit to Heen or anything like that. It's just, if Dota doesn't work like that, it feels kind of off
Yeah.
for some reason.
Mhm.
It's like, yeah, I feel like Secret should be able to win this. But we're going to find out what's going to happen. It's the first game of the upper bracket finals. And yeah, I am so sorry to do this, you guys. But we have the full British cast.
Oh
we go.
Lord.
Oh dear. It is Odie Pixel and Pigeon.
Thank you, Shiva. And, well, apparently the couch wasn't enough. We had to invade the casting area. Play-by-play, play-by-play. But wait, we worked it out. He's a higher rank, so he has to be analyst.
That's one of the rare times that's been said in a AA duo. But this matchup, Pigeon, it's going to be crazy. Secret versus Liquid. We've got Heen. This is a classic. You know, this is a relic from the past. The Heen Witch Doctor.
He's looking strong. Like I was saying, Ancient Apparition, he's won every game. He had one game where he played different hero. It didn't work out for them.
True.
Is it going to be Curse, or can they do it? Because I've been waiting for this game all day. I'm excited. I was like, yeah, this is going to be the one.
And I think it's going to be hard. The panel, they sort of touched upon it. You know, all three of them going with Secret. That last pick Weaver feels incredibly strong here, because you look at the lockdown that Liquid have. It's a paralyzing cask and it's a primal roar in terms of what they have from the whole lineup. So as Blitz touched upon, they really do have to steamroll at Liquid to have a chance. Otherwise, this Weaver could get out of hand. The plus side for Liquid is, though, of course, it's a Weaver. And there's a reason why we don't see a lot of Weaver, because this is a hero that can struggle. It's a hero that if you get on top of it, which is, as we've clarified, already going to be hard, you can burst him down. You can get him out of the fight. But we saw Envy do some crazy stuff with the Weaver the other day. Ace, one of the strongest carries at the moment in the game. I'm very excited to see what he can do with it, as he definitely is against a lineup where he could just go off.
Yeah, I'm absolutely buzzed to see how this goes. I mean, you got to keep in mind, like, Secret, they don't have particularly a save hero for this Weaver either, right? So he's going to have to rush that Lincoln. If Mind Control has a better lane, do we feel like it just starts to fall in favor of Liquid? Is there that much pressure on Ace to deliver?
I mean, as you mentioned, not just the fact that it's Mind Control Beastmaster, but the fact that he's going to almost certainly be paired up with GH IO very early on. This Beastmaster IO lane is something that we've seen a fair few teams sort of brings the foray over previous lands, and it can just absolutely destroy the lane. It's pretty incredible how much damage this Beastmaster can do when he's running at you, chucking axes at you, having the backup of the IO to sort of sustain these early tower dives. So I'll be very interested to see what Secret do in terms of the lanes, who they are going to try and match up against the Mind Control Beastmaster, because that for me is going to be the lane where you're really looking towards Liquid to make these early plays so they can get that momentum.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a case of what can you really do? You have to shut down Beastmaster. You can't really go after lifesteal. That's a hard kill either way. You can maybe prevent him farm a little bit. He can't kill much on his own, but it's kind of like a stalemate, right?
Yeah, so obviously when the first nighttime comes in, that's going to be where Puppey, if you get that silence off onto the lifestealer, you certainly have a chance of sort of messing around with Matuma Man's game. But it's the Matuma Man lifesteal again. We've got so many players on heroes here that are just absolute beauty.
Yeah, these are some of their best.
It really is. Like, both teams here, I don't think anyone's going to be disappointed with the draft. Like, Liquid, sure, that Weaver got through against them. Maybe they weren't sort of expecting I don't know. There was a lot of elusive heroes left in the pool, so I'd like to think that Liquid, even though it feels like they don't really have huge amounts of lockdown, they've got a plan. They know that there was always going to be this sort of hero being drafted in the final pick for Ace that was going to have this elusive-ness, and they're ready to play around.
That's kind of the thing, like, you know, they're saying the Weaver got through, but how often do you see a glass cannon like this? I think the panel they were saying Ursa was like, yeah, this could work really well here, but I don't know. I like this Weaver. It's a bit of a gamble, but if Secret, like you said, they get a good start, this is going to get rough, and I feel like the ones we're not talking about much right now is that mid lane matchup.
KuroKy PL. Kuro has been certainly stepping up to the mark on his core performance here at LAN, and PL, as you know, as much as we talk about the strengths of the Weaver in terms of looseness, the strengths of the PL in terms of being able to clear the illusions. They've got a couple of nukes, obviously with the blast, the Fade Bolt, and eventually the sort of scaled up cleave damage of the Tiny. There's definitely ways for Secret to deal with the illusions as such, but vice versa for them, the control for a PL, it's not going to be amazing. As soon as Kuro gets the Manta style online, doesn't have to worry about the crippling fear. There's a lot of things that he can jump around and about.
Kind of interesting because we were saying, like, you don't see Night Stalker as much anymore. Do you think that's really affected by the way the mid lane has been changed?
I think that the problem with Night Stalker is that it's one of those heroes that has to have a good first night. Otherwise, it's just so hard to make this hero work. Throughout all of the patches, Puppey, he's always been a massive fan of the Night Stalker. You can guarantee that, you know, throughout sort of all the different metas, Secret have certainly been one to push this hero wherever they've found an opportunity to do so. So no real surprises that Puppey's going to play it and you know, draft it and play it here in this game.
Like we're on a short pause, but yeah, I kind of like to see it. It's weird to say that about Night Stalker. It's that type of hero you run into games and you're like, this is horrible to deal with. And if it does get that good night, I think that's going to be maybe what sets the tempo more than how good the fun Weaver gets, right? Because that's going to set him up.
It is, and as you know, Puppey at the start, the way they're starting these lanes off, worth noting, you've got him backing up Fodder on this top lane. So just putting that extra pressure onto the lifesteal and making sure that Matua Man can't get a good start. And no surprises on the bottom lane, you do have this aggressive duel. Mind Control, GH, Beastmaster, IO, looking to put as much pressure as they can onto Ace. And I feel this is going to be a tough lane for Secret, because just having Yapsor down here on the Rubik, not the best sort of hero to deal with any sort of aggressive laning. So it's going to be a tough start for Secret down.
Yeah, absolutely. That IO just enables the Beast to go full ham. And actually, I think like we don't talk a lot about the Inner Beast and how that actually benefits an IO. Not the hardest right clicker, but when you've got that attack speed against a Weaver, it's going to just get shredded quickly. And so it feels like both teams right now are putting their focus on shutting down each other's safe.
Absolutely. Right? You're looking towards each carries being pressured. Mid lane, Kuro versus mid one. Sort of with the experience and such, and because it is, you know, Kuro, he's stepping up to Kuro. I would expect to see mid one to come out fairly on top of this matchup. Like this, you've got the extra base damage once you grab yourself the tree. I think we could see mid one get quite an advantage in this 1v1. It's all down to sort of the support rotations, but I don't think we're going to see those come out necessarily early, because I think both supports from either side, they're going to be sort of pressured and balanced on each of the side lanes. It's going to be very hard for the rotations to come forward, at least before nighttime kicks in and we start to see Puppey move around.
My concern is maybe, does Kuro stand a chance in this lane based on the fact that Tiny has no armor? Because that's pretty painful, right? Zero armor can be pretty rough against the Phantom Lancer that has such great stat gain.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, once you know, he's going to sort of ferry the regen out and such, and you can keep the Spirit Lance spam, you can certainly sort of push the Tiny back, but at the end of the day, it's just the fact that you're able to sort of get that free harass. Once you've got the tree grabbed, you can get the harassment out, even when you're going for the denies and such. Top lane Fodder.
Yeah, this is kind of the issue though. We see Fodder, he almost gets caught there, but this is the kind of weakness of a lifesteal at the start, is until he gets phase boots, he can't chase down, he doesn't do much damage, he can't close the kills, right? I think that's going to be what kind of says is how quickly you get phase boots, can you then turn it into kills, because it is a Pugner, and of course this hero can suffer a lot against slows because you rely on Decrepify to run away.
Mid lane, mid one, just doing his best to shove the wave right in underneath the tower of KuroKy. Because he just a couple levels in tree, very easy for him to make sure that he finds the CS advantage. Kuro doing his best job though, keeping up. Is 12 for 6 at mid 1, 9 for 2
and
on the PM.
Mind Control, he is top of the last hits, but you expect that with an Iron Lane. It's hard to stop that. At the moment, I think you just draw it out. I think if this kind of stays a stalemate, who has the advantage coming out of that lane?
I mean, it has to be the MCGH. The fact that these two heroes are they're going to be able to do it much more than the Weaver is. You know, Ace, you really want to look to getting at least your first big item before you're sort of able to have an impact, sort of react to plays elsewhere in the map, make those sort of movements as the Weaver. With it going as it is, you've got to be scared. All these other lanes, as soon as there's sort of those level 6 coming online, even if it's just Mind Control getting his 6 and GH getting his a little later down the line, the Primal Royal rotations are going to be pretty destructive because you can certainly set up anywhere and enable the other cores to have a go at the kills early on.
They can't do anything to him in this top lane. And for a moment, I was like, maybe they get him, but the Decrepify just it nullifies the opener you need with this Maledict. And it's not often we see Maledict unable to have that first blood impact within like the first 2 minutes, right? It's probably one of the best skills to get kills. And now, speaking of which, Yapsa, is he going to be in a little bit of trouble? They might try and dive this, but Ace, no, they'll back away.
It's just so scary, these two heroes.
Yeah.
Mind Control and GH just come running at you, and you have to back off. You have to keep yourself hugging the tower.
I mean, Ace looked like he was like, maybe I can go. And then he's like, whoa, but I'm a Weaver. I got no HP to work with here. Look at this. It just keeps coming back. This really just feels like you're stuck at your tower and you can't even aggress away from it.
It's just not a fun time for Yapsa. On this Ruby, you want to ideally be able to at least start making movements around, maybe helping out the mid lane. As it is, of course, with the matchup, mid one doesn't really need too much help at the moment. He's doing absolutely fine in the 1v1 versus Kuroki, as we can see, as he still maintains the lead. But definitely not going to be one of those games where we see Yapsa get sort of the platform to really start off a flashy Rubik game anytime soon. It's going to take a bit of time. Top lane.
He's in a little bit of trouble here, trying to move back to the tower, taking a lot of damage. He's right to power. Puppy can go on the tower. This is nighttime. Nice cast. There's the Maledict bouncing through. But 2, can you do enough damage here, Puppy? I'll just TP out. It's all good. And you can feel the tension. Everyone's like, can we just get this first blood out of the way?
Yeah, it's coming up to 5 minutes. And because of the way that the lanes they've stayed incredibly static. No one's moving around. Because, as I say, with the pressure from each of the offlaners, they're forcing one another to stay on the side lanes. And 5 minutes in, it's got to be the most static lanes we've seen in a game of quite some time. You're just not going to see any sort of rotation until now. It's nighttime. Puppy, he's TP'd back to base, and he's not going to go back top. He's going to try and make a presence down bottom.
He has to. I mean, it's nighttime. If he doesn't get anything out of this first night cycle, it just feels like you've wasted so much opportunity. And now they're going to try and move on. GH, if they can find him, is perfect kill. Wrapping around right now.
They know they have to get on top of the eye, really, to have a chance at this.
But they can't. Look how far back Puppy goes. He just gets spotted by the creeps. This is so much wasted time for them right now. And Liquid, they could just, they draw this out every night cycle. If nothing happens, they're happy.
Absolutely. It's as we said, this is the downside of the Night Stalk. You've got to make an impact. Puppy, of course, he's still got a lot of chances to do so. He's looking towards his old teammate here, Kuro.
Can actually make it happen. The problem is, Kuro does have a lot of armor. And, of course, can just dodge you out on the Doppelganger.
They've got that 1 point in the silence, but yeah, as you say, it's still a very hard kill to get. And Puppy, he realizes that he's going to sweep back down towards bottom, where Ace is starting to be chased a bit by Mind Control.
And Ace, now he wants to move on to Mind Control. They might be able to actually bring him down. There is a Tether available. GH need to get in there because he's losing a lot of HP right now. They can't get across with the lift. So, back away successfully.
It's just pretty much impossible for Secret to find these kills with these moves.
Oh, and maybe mid one. Kuro doing a lot of damage here. Mid one getting super low, but no mana for the Spirit Lance. Now they turn around with the kill. The Avalanche and Decrepify. Never Blast. Can he do it though? He's gonna die if he gets the kill. And finally, 6.5 minutes.
Mid one going up and grabbing that tree to the side of the tier 1 tower. You could see Kuro was like, I'm gonna kill you, sir. And it was all a bit of a bait. Mid one, he knew that he had the HP to survive, and the Puppy would have the speed to wrap around. Just that extra bit of burst and control to make sure the mid one survived there.
It's kind of like I'm sitting there, it's like, what the hell are you doing on this is my tower, you get out, but fantastically baited in. I mean, you don't really expect the Pugner to rotate like that, but now they can just switch up the lanes. It looks like they are going to do
Look at this tier 1 tower. 7 minutes in, look at the damage. Because of the way the mid one's played the lane, constantly pushing it in, they could have gone and found the tier 1 tower. 7 minutes in, that is an incredibly early tier 1 mid tower falling.
And this is the worst case scenario, right? We were saying Puppy was close to getting no value out of that first night. He does. And on top of that, your Pugner has already taken those towers. Like you said, it just feels like Liquid, they're going to be forced to do something in the next 5 minutes. Otherwise, it's just going to start to spiral to tower after tower after tower.
And this is the problem we said with Liquid's lineup. They can't really afford to sort of get knocked behind at the beginning. I think a lot of pressure is going to be there on sort of the MCGH combination to make rotations and actually find kills for Liquid, because other than that, they don't really have the initiation to do anything about the way the Secret's playing.
And there's the initiation in return. They catch on the lifestealer, the jump in right there. He's melting so quickly. Can't even get the rage off the stars, but nice save from GH. Can I keep him alive? I'm not sure. He's going to try and turn around. Not enough damage though. Now they need to move quite quickly. GH so squishy. He's got double kill for mid one. And he'll go for the TP out. He won't make it. Triple kill for Tiny. And Wow, mid one is having the time of his life.
He had a beautiful lane. He had that beautiful first blood thanks to the teammate rotation. Now the fact that he's sort of paying them back. He's making the moves to help his team in the side lanes. Going up to the top lane. Cleaning up a triple kill at 8 minutes in. Secret, that first night, we said it needed to be a success. It was an absolutely beautiful night for them, and they are waking up with some rosy cheeks this morning.
And the side effect, we're seeing it. We just went across to the bot lane. Ace is now unpressured. It's just mind control here. You're not that worried. GH is on his way back, but if you keep pulling them away, and it looks like that's exactly what Liquid want to do. They say, okay, no, we can't let Weaver farm. We know Tiny's a problem. We need to exploit the squishy elements.
Just to show how much a problem the Tiny is, it's pre 9 minutes in mid. He's got the money for the Blink Dagger if he wants to pick it straight up. This is going to be an incredibly fast Blink Dagger pickup from the Tiny, and with this DD, he's looking for kills down bottom.
GH, if he gets across in time, GH is like, please, don't do this. Oh, but they're going to split up. Mind Control's been left behind. There's 4 heroes here. Secret with the older aggression. They're going to find the kill onto this Beastmaster and just slowly torture him by letting him live for a few seconds as long as they tease. That's a good kill. And that, once again, alleviates pressure from Ace.
Radiant's middle tower.
This is starting to look very scary for Liquid. GH.
Oh no, GH, you're too squishy with this. He needs to move away with the tether, but they're waiting there for you to lift, and he's gone.
They're just crumbling. There was the worry with this drop, whether Liquid could make stuff happen early on. It was always going to be hard.
And look at this, they send Ace mid, but do you really want to go up against the Phantom Lancer and a Weaver? No, he's got good armor. If he gets a few hits on you, you lose a huge chunk of your health. Look, he's half HP already.
He's sort of baiting Kuro around because they do have Puppey coming in.
Well, team on the bot lane, mid one. They might finally get a kill on this man. He's got to be worth a lot of gold at this point. There it is, 468 gold. They shut down the Tiny. It's been a while. He looked like he was getting a little bit too much leeway.
I guess they were fattening him up, as it were. You know, making sure that he was prepared when they went for the kill on him. Mind Control hanging around a little too long there. We already saw Puppey leave the bottom lane, and now Puppey, he's decided to come back over.
Well, you know, he's like, if I'm going to die on my cause. He uses the Shrine. He starts it up, but he's slow. They get the tether on top of him. The axes fly out. Puppey's still pretty tanky. No, they can't stop the balls from smashing into Puppey's face. And now, the Absol, they're not done just yet. They haven't got the Primal Roar, so this will be a slow, inevitable death if it did happen. No, mid one is here. He's got this Shadow Blade already, and now you need to run because Ace is also here, GH. Gonna shred through him in the meantime. Mid one says, Mind Control, give me those dollars back. I just gave the gold across to you, now I want it in return. But Mind Control's still alive. GH almost dying up. Finally gonna kill the Mind Control, but GH is gonna be the boy who lived. I don't think Ace is getting so close, but he's taking a lot of damage. He's gonna go for it. Yasuo, out of nowhere, a Rubik strikes.
All right, zipping and zapping his way in thanks to the toss from mid one. And they get the kills. So as quick as Liquid were to start making plays happen, with that combo that we talked about, they have to do stuff with the MCGH, the Eye and the Beastmaster. These are the 2 heroes that can actually make plays happen despite coming out of the laning stages as a disadvantage. But as we saw there, sure, they got in, they got some kills. Secret were able to find some return fire. Space is there for Kuro, their mid. Does clean up that tier 1 tower, but Secret are on the hunt.
Of him. Oh, that's the wrong one. Kuro's just like, what up? It's our gank time. They're going for mid one. He's got the Shadow Blade in 5 seconds. I should have detection. There's a Primal Roar coming out. Now they need to shred from the Decrepify save. Turn around. GH, you're the target. You want to get out, but you can't. Mid one hitting too hard. Mind Control, you now need to run. But what have you got? You've got no escape. Your Outroot is already dead, and so are you.
How's it? It was a good attack. You could see what GH and Mind Control wanted to do there. They just didn't expect TP's backup to be there at the tier 2 tower. As it was, as you saw, Fada coming in, Decrepify suddenly. They just don't have any follow-up burst to actually do anything through that to mid one.
It seemed like they were a bit uncertain because at first they didn't seem like one go. They commit the Primal Roar and then they try and just turn it around. And it maybe felt like if they had maybe half-second quicker response, do you think they maybe get that kill, or is it just definitive always going the way of Secret on that fight?
It seemed like a desperation play, and I think, you know, it's understandable what Liquid are trying for those being behind here in mid lane. Now Mind Control again.
Ace, he's gonna find another kill. Mind Control, the only man who was having a fun time to begin with, is now starting to find his match quite painful.
I'll tell you what, this Shadow Blade pickup for mid, I mean, it's 7-1-4.
It was so quick, and he got value out of it straight away, and he's continuing to do so every minute, it seems, at this rate.
Just these sort of drafts from Liquid, I think they went a little too far. Having went for PL, Analyze it's always going to be hard. But look, the Eye is just dead.
Again!
Oh!
There's the club. He gets the hit list. Double kill for mid one. Can he get another triple? Too a little bit too tanky. Has to back away. And Puppey will barely live. Of course, Malik's still scary, but he'll be fine.
This is not a fun game to play support on Liquid. For GH and Heen, any time that this Shadowblade Tiny finds you, he's going to take you down, and I will see what mid one goes as his next time.
He's getting Soul Ring by the looks of
He
it.
had it queued up before the Shadowblade, so
Probably Blink, right?
I mean, absolutely. If he wants to go for it as well, at this point, as we've seen, the damage is not an issue if he gets their hands on them. And jumping around, he can cause a lot of issues. 7k net worth on mid one's Tiny as he really starts to climb ahead. 6k lead still for Secret. It's 13 for 2. 13 minutes in. This pace of the game, Liquid are going to have to do something incredible to slow down Secret.
You can't even push towers because Yapsel got his hands on the wild axes now. Liv coming on to Matu. The TPs are there. Matu, you need to run quick. Rage is up. We'll go for the TP out and we'll make it safely. But can they catch anyone else? Doesn't look like they'll be able to. But guess who showed up in the bot lane? The man I want to talk about, Ace. No pressure on him. He's almost got the Linkens now. And at that point, what's your solution on the side of Liquid?
I mean, I don't think you're killing that with once he has a Linkens. I mean, not at least anytime soon. It's just such a good game for the Weaver, as we saw, Secret confident and then picking it up as their 5th hero. And with the Linkens, it's going to require some messing up really from Ace at this stage for Liquid to have a chance of finding him. They do go for the relocate top, Liquid.
It's wasted. They can't find anyone. They can maybe push this tower, but they're going to have to lose the eye of this, which means Secret know this is happening. Look at them rotate around the Roche pit now. They're on their way in.
Mid one, he really wants to go for the combo on Takuro.
He can maybe kill him. There should be enough damage. He needs to tap right now. Gets him so far away. There it is. He gets the kill. Doesn't even need the tree, but meanwhile on the tower, looks like Farlight in a little bit of trouble. He walked off, and now Puppey, he wants to stand his ground. DD on him. Mind control doing a lot of damage. Walked off, but they're chasing on for more. They want it all. Matu next on the hit list. That IO that we said went back so early. He might be in trouble too. Is he fighting? No, he went back to base in the end. He TP'd out because it looked like he was being pressured by Ace as well. This is Secret playing the perfect style, right? All across the map, constant aggression. They love this.
I think it ripped the draft. I think question marks, flags are being raised on Liquid's side as Secret, they're just punishing whatever it was Liquid were trying to do perfectly. This is starting to look pretty brutal.
Well, Hero will soon have the defusal, but I don't think that has much impact here against this lineup, where they are now.
I mean, it's going to be sort of what we've seen there. Sure, Liquid, they get a kill, but then it cost them 4 of their lives. Maybe with the defusal they get 2 kills, but they're almost certainly going to still lose the team fight as a whole. As Secret, with their heroes and their items at this stage, are just a step ahead too far for Liquid to deal with. Liquid have to find these pickoffs. They've got to make plays with the Primal Roar. They're looking towards Ace. Mind control. 5 seconds. Primal Roar will be there.
Big Ace has been the kill that has evaded them for so long, but he will continue to do so. He's just so defensive. He already knew someone was up.
Fortunate Shikuchi away from there, as there were 3 members.
Oh, I got him! Get it! That tree throw just so powerful with the Echo Saber as well. Well, it looks like we're clubbing for days, and now they take a tower. And 9k, it's about to be 10,000 net worth, and we're only 16 minutes in this game. That's a big lead. If you get the bot town response, Ace is going to run away. There's 3 heroes here. If you do not get Ace, this is so much time wasted.
They're not getting Ace. They're not getting him.
You dust. He could just time lapse, but he wouldn't even need to. He's so far away.
How do they close the gap? The answer, they just don't. They can't. They don't have any hero to do so. And Secret, they're knocking on your tier 3s at 16 minutes in.
It's fine. You're going to ignore us? We won't leave. And now, Hero come around the back of the Invis room. Puppey does make it nighttime, and that's fight time for Secret. They're ready to rock. They're ready to rumble. Can Hero do anything here? Go for the back foot if he do. Yapsor would be the perfect target.
He doesn't have the defuse.
Okay,
they're throwing everything.
They're going to go straight for this. Is a lot for a root, but they will find it. They get the kill. Can they follow up? Fada, he has been soloed out. The Primal Roar will secure the kill, and Secret on full retreat as they get out of there without sustaining additional casualties.
All right, I mean, Liquid, they do manage to stop the push. Obviously not the biggest kills as such, but anything when they're behind like this is going to be worth it.
You got to take what you can get.
Every relocate roar has to warrant a successful fight for Liquid to climb back in, and they certainly made the correct play there, as you saw, getting to the backliners. But Secret, even though they're 2 guys down, they know that they can still fight. Mid one can still find pickoffs if he gets their hands on them.
And speaking of mid one, he's thinking about it right here. Puppey waiting in the tree line. Mind control, he doesn't have a clue this is coming, but he will find out right now. There's the slows coming out from the void. Puppey just trying to slow him down. Mid one gets across. Avalanche to jump in by Yapsor. They'll get the kill. And mid one out of control. And I think this is so important because Beastmaster's the one building Necronomicon. He's the way they spot these gangs coming in. Mid one is still getting so much value out of the Shadowblade.
I mean, this Tiny is this is one of the reasons why we see Tiny pretty much banned and picked first phase as such. It's because when you get a player like mid one on the Tiny and you get him a good lane, which when we look back as we saw, he did. You know, Kuro did struggle in the 1v1 matchup. Mid-1 got away with a lot, got a lot of pressure early on onto that tier 1 tower. And as soon as you're able to get that tower off the map, you can leave the lane and look elsewhere. And Mid-1's just made perfect movements up and down the map, being complemented perfectly by the way that the rest of the team wants to play with Puppey, making huge movements each and every night time. This Tiny's just out of control, and Liquid, as we've seen, their only way of starting fights is with the Primal Roar.
And that's the worst part, is like I was about to say as well, what's your usual rebuttal when you're in a lot of trouble and you're far behind? Let's try and pick up a Roche. They don't do a Roche quickly, Secret do. I mean, they've got the Weaver, they've got a lot of counter initiation because Avalanche in that area can completely turn team fighting. Liquid, you can feel desperation set, and they are on the smoke. They need to find something soon. They might walk straight into Puppey, but tanky support. How do you get through him quick enough even if you do run into him?
Tough. Especially once he's got the Spirit Vessels, then he's going to be quite a nightmare to deal with. He's got enough for the Vitality booster.
Looking around that pit. Thinking about it, I think they just keep pushing cars. They don't feel pressure to go for Roche here. They don't have full control. With that tiny out, seemingly out.
Yeah, I mean, Secret no. If they move around as a 5-man, then the sort of relocate plays can't come through. You cannot relocate into the full 5 of them.
There you go. They go for it in the end. So they were scouting, but we just said, Liquid, you're so reliant on the car.
It's so hard to do this if you're Liquid.
You need the most favorable bounces, and look at this Secret. They already know it's coming. They move straight on to Kuro. Kuro dodges. He needs to be careful. Go straight in. Mid-1. He's going to find GH. Oh, there's a toss back to interrupt it. He couldn't move away quick enough, and now Liquid, full retreat. You need to get out. Heen, he's almost dead. If they get one more touch, Ace is chasing. There it is. The hit's gone through, and now Matu will make his escape, but oh, this is the life of Liquid supports. As you said earlier in this game, they are not having fun, and it continues to be that way.
They just can't do anything with the Witch Doctor at this stage. It's looking very rough indeed for Liquid. This game has just got massively out of hand. It's just, and you've got to sort of ask yourself, what does the draft of Liquid look to do? They have a Lifestealer and a PL. Both of these heroes without the items required to be able to man fight Secret of this portion of the game. And there's not any team fight as well from Liquid. I mean, sure, the Witch Doctor can offer a cast. I mean, if he gets the chance to lay down a Death Ward, I guess that's great. But other than that, they just don't have the means to deal with this pressure that Secret have. The fact that Secret's got so far ahead so early on, Liquid, they're going to need something phenomenal to switch the pressure around this game. It's looking like a tough one. Sure, we've seen Liquid deal with some very tricky situations in the past, but this is certainly going to be up there as one of the toughest.
They're being punished so hard by this lineup, though. This is the case we just said. They don't have as strong of a contesting around the Roche pit as Secret. Their team fight, like they're more single target focused. And on top of that, Secret push much quicker with this lineup. So where's your solution, really? It just feels like you need to have that individual pick, and it won't be that way. It'll be the other way around. Now Matu could be able to TP out. That's what I was just saying. Individual pick. What happens is actually the Beastmaster gets caught out every time it's someone. And I don't think there's been, like, how many kills is Tiny up to now? Stage. He's 14, 1, and...
This LAN, there's something about Secret, they just seem to be a step ahead of anyone else here. I mean, we saw yesterday, they had that very dominant series against Newbie. And of course, if you're watching at home, you could have watched that and said, well, Newbie just aren't that good. No, that's not the case. Newbie are very good.
Yeah.
But Secret just seemed to be a step ahead. Now you come into this matchup against Liquid, this sort of just goes to confirm that, you know, Newbie, they were a decent team. Secret was just a step ahead because Liquid, they're obviously playing with a stand-in. They have got your boy Coach Sheen in. And they're struggling against a refined team like Secret. Secret obviously having their full 5-man, and no sort of coach play from them this LAN. And it's showing.
I mean, that's not taking anything away from Liquid, the individual players and everything. It's just that case, you get that chemistry built over months, years. And when you're forced to bring in Heen, it's not that he's a bad player. He's actually a fantastic player. It's just... that is the difference that can be made between these.
When you compare against a team like Secret, see, I mean, likewise, you know, if this was Secret playing with Sumby and Liquid had their full 5-man, you could very well see a situation like this just be flipped on its head. It really is just the fact that, as you said, when you get to the very top echelon of teams, these little differences make the biggest effect.
And speaking of big things that should have a big effect, it looks like Secret are going to get an uncontested Roche here. In the meantime, Liquid are trying to push the bot lane, but I don't think it'll be quick enough here. I don't think you can get the tower. They can TP back and respond to this very fast.
Puppey's already down in. Maybe seeing if he can cancel some TPs on the way out.
Oh, if he catches Hiroki would be a perfect kill here.
Very hard for really him to get a kill as such, but
They are stacked.
playing around with Liquid.
Like, you're forced to use the stance on a GH. That's the problem. Otherwise, the relocate comes out every time.
And Ace, you know, with the lead, he's going for this obviously this Radiance Weaver build.
Yeah, Peculiar, not seen as often. Usually you love a Diffusal or Death Slayer, but he's doing this in GH. Look at that damage. 2 hits. This is just scary. So scary for an IO.
And having the Radiance, very nice to have on a team when you're playing against the PL. Obviously, Kuro not going to be able to build any sort of true strike anytime soon.
Ian, the guy off here, the 4-star forward. Once it's dead,
He wanted to go in.
the Raw. He's going to they throw a lot in the Death Ward as well, but they get him.
I mean, I don't know. Fardo he sort of offered himself up there. He was like, I'm going in, boys.
Guys, I feel like you need something. Take me, take
He
me.
just forced in that.
He's an immortal undead child, right?
I
Technically,
guess.
he can't die, so that was his fault, maybe.
Yeah, he wanted to fight. He got it.
I mean, it was kind of peculiar. Maybe if mid one's nearby, you just turn it into a kill and return, but he was pretty far ahead. Kind of the interesting part to see. You were saying about the Spirit Vessel, Puppy almost has it, and that's going to be really, really good here. It's going to just completely shut out the IO and the Lifestealer.
Oh yeah, popping the Spirit Vessel onto the eye makes GH's job pretty impossible to do. Sure, he can still look to get the relocate stage, but in terms of keeping cores alive in the fight, it's just so hard to do with that limited regen when the vessel's on you.
Absorb with the blink away, the cask will follow, but this is always the scary part. When you give a Rubik a blink dagger and good timing, it's the type of hero that uses it very well. Not as well as a Sand King, but just being able to get in, get out quickly, snatch an important spell, it pays itself off in dividends. What we were saying about Weaver going for that Radiance and Lifestealer I have here is, in fact, Weaver has beaten to it. Excellent.
He's nearly got it. Ian. Oh no, Coach Ian. Get yourself back to the locker room, sir.
Mid one's just like, finally, more kills for me. Someone get this man a death, I think is what Liquid are hoping for. He's worth so much gold now if he dies. 15-1-7.
I mean, that's true. You know, if they can kill the cores, but yeah, mid one in particular, they're gonna be making bank, Liquid.
Speaking of making bank, Ace trying to catch out GH. Just go for the relocate. He does. Okay. Like, guys, I think he's hoping he can
Go for the TP play. Come on, go for the TP play.
He can't. Puppy's waiting for him.
Oh, I mean, if you time it to the server tick, you know,
Maybe.
if GH was a good player.
Oh, whoa.
I love you, GH. It's impossible to blame that man. He's so cool.
Yeah, he's like, he's so humble. Like, you ask him a question like, is your team gonna?
But I've seen some experienced pros try the TP. Who have I seen try the TP? I've seen EGM. He's one of the IO players.
EGM
try
was one of the
the
most famed
TP
IO
attempt. Who else have I seen try the TP attempt?
It's
Every
hard
few.
though. It's like,
I mean, it's almost not worth trying because it's hard. You have to do. I think you have to get it to like the 16th of a second or something.
it's something crazy, and also when your respawn time is still pretty low, like, what would you rather have, a TP when you're up? Probably.
You do it for style point. You know,
Yeah.
But as you
Looking
say,
flashy.
GH is a humble guy. He only wants to show off the plays that he doesn't go for these RNG plays. GH only goes for the skillful.
Do you actually really want to compete secret star points this tournament so far with things like Terrorblade support?
It's tough.
You know?
It is tough.
Who knows? Maybe we'll see some star points because it feels like Liquid, they want to do it.
Mid one's just got items coming out his backside. He's got a butterfly.
Daedalus
He's got
deck.
3k gold.
I was going to be screaming internally if he gets crit here. He's just dead instantly every time.
Dear. I mean, how do you stop this?
I don't think you can.
I don't think you do.
And now, the other issue, like, we didn't even talk about in the first place. You picked a Lifestealer, and how does he initiate? You've got no jumping.
Who's he going to go inside? There is, like, that again, another problem with the draft of Liquid. Like, what? I guess they got the bird. But maybe he's not a fan of hawks, my man.
Maybe he doesn't like animal abuse. You know, you are essentially killing that poor, beautiful horse.
It's true, honestly. I don't know how it's physically possible for that.
Man, that thing to get inside a bird.
Yeah, exactly.
Or any of these. Like, speaking of people, they want to get inside, they want to rip apart Kuroki here. Doppelganger's not, even though he gets caught out and he gets dragged back as well. Mid one says, blood, give me more blood. Matu, the chase another tower. Your rage is about to run out, but the primal will go now to fight out. Look at it. It saves his life, and now Matu, he's like, fight me, mid one's fine. I'll take out your support first because I know he's keeping you alive. GH can still below. They're going to finish him off. They do chase down, and now Matu, you're alone in your own base, and you just can't fight them. Ace trying to finish the kill. Won't chase, though. They decide we're getting a little bit low on HP. Let's back away right now. Now they're actually coming on that bot lane.
But Tumberman died still.
Yeah.
Oh.
Died.
Oh no,
Oh, no, you're
Heen!
gonna lose everyone, Heen!
Oh, Heen!
That's the rage!
The death
Oh,
ward!
the death ward, nice. Yours and now mid one says, more kills, GG.
Oh.
They've had it.
Oh, I mean...
What a game. I mean,
there
it wasn't long, but it felt painful to watch at some points.
I mean, as we said, you know, Liquid said,